Hari Om, my dear children. Let's continue our Mahabharata story. Today, I will tell you the story of Kunti and her first son, Karna. So, we have learnt till now that Dhritarashtra, Pandu and Vidura are born. And Dhritarashtra was married to Gandhari. That is what we have learnt till now. Now I'll tell you the story of Kunti, who will become the wife of Pandu. Bhishma was asked, who will you marry to Pandu? In his mind, he thought of Kunti, who is the daughter of Kunti Bhoja. And Kunti actually is related to Krishna. Krishna's grandfather, Shurasena, is actually Kunti's father. And he had given her to Shurasena. So that marriage story and how she comes into the life of Pandu, I will tell in another story. But today let's go back to the story of when Kunti was young. So Kunti was with Kunti Bhoja. She was a very divine child, very wonderful child. She was very, very curious. Always would ask questions, would learn new things, but also was very respectful of all the gurus and the elders in the family. Once, Durvasa Muni came to Kunti Bhoja's kingdom. Durvasa Muni was known for his anger. If someone were to ill-treat Durvasa Muni or others, he would really get upset, very angry. And he would curse. So people were always afraid of Durvasa Muni. What if he curses me? So when Durvasa Muni came to Kunti Bhoja's palace, he said to Kunti, please take good care of Durvasa Muni. You please offer the best service to Durvasa Muni. She listened to her father. She said, I will do my best, Appa. And then she took a very good care of Durvasa Maharshi. She would offer him food. She would offer him water. She would take care of when he is studying to fan him. When he is going to go to sleep, she would press his feet. Like that, she did various kinds of services. And all along, she was very, very respectful of the Durvasa Maharshi. By the end of his stay in the palace, Durvasa Maharshi was very pleased. He felt, oh, what a lovely girl she is. So respectful, so nice. And for all the things that she has done to me, I cannot just go away like this. I have to offer her something. So he called her and he said, Kunti, I will teach you some mantra. And it's a very, very powerful mantra. By chanting this mantra, if you invoke any of the divine being, they will appear in front of you and they will bless you with a child. Very powerful mantra, but you have to be very, very careful using it. Be very respectful of this mantra. So saying that, he gave her that mantra. And he went away. After he went away, Kunti was very curious. Does this really happen? Is this truly a mantra which can bring some divine being? How is it possible? He just told some words. How is it possible? She had all these questions in her mind. So she decided, let me try. Let me see if it is really true. So she closed her eyes. She invoked the mantra. She chanted the mantra that Durvasa Maharshi had given. And in her heart and in her mind, she invoked Lord Surya. She said, okay, with this mantra, I now invoke and I call upon Surya God. And as she completed saying the mantra, in front of her, Surya Bhagavan, so glowing, very divine looking, very, very pleasant, was standing in front of her. Kunti could not believe her eyes. She was so mesmerized by the sight she was seeing. And she was totally surprised. And Surya Bhagavan said, Kunti, you invoke me. Now, what can I do for you? I have to offer you the child. So now become ready for that. Now Kunti was afraid. She didn't know what to do. She was still a very young person. She had not yet married. And she did not know. She said to Surya Bhagavan, Oh Bhagavan, please forgive me. Durvasa Maharshi gave this mantra and I just wanted to only chant the mantra and see if you truly appear. But I did not think that you would appear. Please, I'm not yet married. I cannot have a child now. I request you to go back. Surya Bhagavan said, Kunti, now that you have invoked me with this mantra, the mantra's power is such that it has to complete the job. It cannot be half done. It is such a divine mantra. It is like a bow. When you take an arrow into a bow, and if you leave the arrow, it has to go and complete its journey. It cannot in between stop suddenly because it has been given by a divine being and the mantra is so divine. It has to complete its journey. There is nothing doing. Saying that, he blessed her with a child. And thus was born Karna. When Karna was born, he had a golden armor on his chest. He had golden earrings and his face was bright and shining, golden colored, like Surya Bhagavan himself. For a long time, Kunti was looking at the child. She was so full of love. She was so mesmerized by the sight she was seeing. And the child was so divine looking. Then she suddenly realized, oh, what have I done? What a grave mistake have I committed? In order to test the mantra, what have I done? See, sometimes like that in life, without knowing fully, we may also commit some mistake. Whether we do it knowingly or unknowingly, it will bear the fruit. So we have to be very, very careful in what we are doing. What is the effect of what we are doing? Now Kunti realized that lesson. But what to do? She was afraid. If I go out into the world with a baby like this, people will make fun of me. People will make fun of my father. Oh, look at her. She is a queen. But look at her. Without marriage itself, she has a son. What to do? So, in her heart, she sought forgiveness from that baby. She said, oh, my little baby, my son, I'm really, really sorry. Please forgive this cruel mother. I wish that somebody nice can take care of you. With that prayer, she put him into a nice little basket with a small little bed. And she closed that basket and she let it drift in the river. And true to her prayer, that basket drifted and the basket was picked up by the adopted parents of Karna. And the adopted father was a Sarathi, Adhiratha. He was a charioteer. And he and his wife actually did not have a baby. When this basket was flowing in the river, they thought, what is this? What is this basket? Why is this basket? Looks like such a nice basket. Has somebody lost something? Saying that, they caught hold of that basket. And when they opened the basket, there was this smiling and radiant looking baby. They looked around. Nobody was there. They did not know who left it. And they had actually come to the river with a prayer in their heart. Oh God, please bless us with a baby. For many, many years, they were married, but they did not have a baby. And they had come to the river to offer their prayer, saying, please bless us with a baby. And when they got this baby, they were so happy. And the mother, when she looked at the baby, she said, look at it. Our prayers have been answered. From today, we will take care of him. We will treat him like our own son. And thus is Karna. He became the child of the charioteer's son. And my dear children, this is where I will end today's Mahabharata story. And we'll continue from here. Hari Om.
Hari Om.